Guys, I'm 4 months sober. It's the best I've ever felt. Look at this shit. Look at this. You're right, I am fucking radiating.
I saw so clearly when I stopped drinking how black and white my life was from when I was drinking, just a normal weekend warrior person, to when I stopped drinking. And the stark contrast, how much better my friendships got, how much more money I made, my creativity, just my overall outlook on life. When we drink alcohol, that unique energy about us, that unique vibration or sense of who we are is diluted a little bit or mutated a little bit depending on who we are. And it's because
vibrations are the energetic frequencies that we emit through our thoughts, emotions, and actions. This connection between vibrations and manifestation is supported by the science of physics, which explains how energy frequencies and resonance impact our ability to manifest.
One of the greatest scientists ever, Sir Albert Einstein, said, "Everything in life is vibration." Every single atom, molecule, each bond between atoms, all the particles in the universe, our body, and even the whole universe are all in constant vibration. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. According to the greatest genius of all the time, Nikola Tesla.
every single person, kind of like a personality, has their own unique energy. It's kind of like a fingerprint. Every person has their own unique fingerprint. But vibrationally, everything on this planet, trees, cows, dogs, everything vibrates. Everything is made up of atoms, and atoms vibrate at a certain rate. And we're no different than that. When we drink alcohol, we are, in a way, diluting the very energy that makes us who we are, over time eroding the energy of who we want to become.
Some of what I'm going to tell you is going to seem far-fetched, but you know, it's very real.
As we know, alcohol is a depressant, right? And as we also know, just objectively speaking, alcohol is poison. Now, you can separate from that. Everybody's going to have their opinions about alcohol, but just objectively speaking, we do know for a fact that alcohol contains ethanol and it becomes a poison to us in our body. Similar to sugar, when we eat a lot like processed sugar, that is poison to humans in its way. We can have small doses of it. Most of us do. But it's like when you remove processed foods and you go carnivore and you go animal-based, but mostly carnivore, you can feel the difference in your body, in your mind, in your attitude, in your mood, and how you show up in the world. And your body can see it too. You change. Everything about you, physique-wise, changes too, usually, unless you're really missing the mark on something. So when you take a step back from that and you recognize that food has energy to it too, processed food and not processed food, food from the earth, has a different type of energy in it. And when we eat it and we do that consistently, that changes the energy that we exude. It starts to make sense how consuming alcohol might actually do a similar thing to us, but not even just on the out front. That's the part that I think is the biggest difference, is it's the internal. It's the inside that changes when we drink alcohol and when we do that chronically for years and years and years. So, you know, I used to drink when I was 14 and I stopped drinking when I was like 25 or 26 years old. Full disclosure, I never needed AA. I never went to rehab. I was more so like the typical social drinker that you would be when you're 25, 26, but the typical social drinker kind of blacks out a decent amount or drinks a lot of drinks at one time, you know, which could be defined as a binge drinker. I drank on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. So what that meant was I was recovering on a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, and usually felt like okay by a Wednesday. And then mid-Wednesday, it would be, okay, you got that day, like let's say that night, Thursday, you're good. And then Friday, you go and do it all over again. And because alcohol is a poison, because there's ethanol in it, it lowers your state of being. Your cortisol raises, your ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, raises, and your vibration lowers because it's a depressant and you're recovering. So like when you're sick, you feel not on, you don't feel, you know, crisp. You're not trying to go to the gym. It's the same thing when we are recovering from alcohol, week over week over week over week, right? You're watching this video for a reason. And usually that reason has something to do with the fact that something about this substance isn't quite resonating. It's not quite doing it for you anymore. Or there's maybe a little voice in your head that's like, something could be different different or better. And that's how it was for me. One of the reasons I was so compelled to create a channel in the first place was because I saw so clearly when I stopped drinking how black and white my life was from when I was drinking, just a normal weekend warrior person, to when I stopped drinking, and the stark contrast that there was for me in terms of the quality of life and how good I felt and how much more productive I was and how much happier I was and how much better my friendships got, how much more money I made, my creativity, just my overall outlook on life. And that is, now I see it. It's about 5.5 years since I stopped drinking. I can see it so clearly for what it is. And it's because my authentic, true, inherent vibration, my soul, my energy is actually being expressed for what it should be, which everybody, again, has that. Everybody has their own fingerprint vibration. Everybody has their own personality vibration. When I say vibration, I genuinely mean an actual energy to us, because we're all made up of atoms. Everything is, and everything vibrates. Every atom vibrates. And so, like, when I think about it, I was linking weekend and weekend and weekend together of just recovering from drinking, or having said something I didn't want to say, or do something I didn't want to do, or binged on food because I was drinking and it was midnight or something like that at 3 a.m. I didn't get any sleep because I never slept when I drank. Even if I tried, I didn't. I wasn't able to express good energy because I wasn't giving it to myself. And so my mood, my attitude comparatively, like, I had a very lack mindset. Have you ever heard of the Sunday scaries, where it's the day before work? Like, I used to get them all the time. You think about, oh my God, the week ahead, and your body's struggling hormonally because it's full of cortisol, and it's, it hadn't gotten enough sleep, and your hormones are all out of whack. I just needed to be around people just to have company. That is not a thing anymore. I love my time alone. I love it. And it's because I've reconnected with that energy. And I want more people to discover that, because what comes from that, when you are able to find your way back home to your energy, your true self, your true vibration, which is naturally positive, by the way. It's naturally uplifting. It's naturally bright. It's naturally, excited and excitable, and it's naturally warm, and you don't feel anxious all the time. You don't feel sad, and you don't worry all the time. When we find our way back to that is when everything else opens up. Prosperity. I make well into the 6 figures now. It just happened for me, and it wasn't immediate, but it happened pretty quick. My entire reality has changed, and so much of that has to do with how I feel every single day, because that vibration is actually now at the set point that it's supposed to be. And you have one too. And you've probably started carnivore or animal based, and it's shown you who you are, who you're meant to be, right? And it's shown you that what you eat matters, and how that affects your mood and your mindset. It's taken you off of these medications, these pills, and it's brought you a new self-confidence, and it's brought you awareness of what it feels like to feel full and not constantly measure everything and worry and hate yourself. It's like that when we decide to stop drinking, that we can have that access, but it's on a vibrational, energetic level that is unique to you. So want to say too that most of the people in my life do drink. I have absolutely no judgment on people who do drink. 80% of the people in my life drink. I don't. It's not that I'm better than them. There is no judgment here. I think truly to each his own. But you're watching this for a reason. And I watched these things for a reason. And I can tell you, fast forward 5.5 years, not drinking is the single greatest life hack of my entire flipping life. And it's something that most people won't try, because most people around them don't do it. And it's a taboo topic, and it's embedded in us, and because we're low-key addicted to it. Quick one here, you guys. So I don't share anything with you that I don't personally use myself. And I want to share the sponsor of this video today. That is Salty. If you are somebody who is transitioning into a carnivore lifestyle or animal-based, or even if you're somebody who drinks, I don't drink, but there's a lot of people on here who do drink, and they want an electrolyte to be able to recover, highly recommend Salty. I have used these guys literally since the get. I actually met them in person before they blew up and everything got super popular. But the reason I like this brand, it's very real, good source products. As you know, I trail run. I go on long hikes. I go on long bikes. I go on long adventures. I camp. I travel the world. I do all these different things. And for me, I like to get something that is as basic as possible. There's not a ton of ingredients that are kind of like mutating it, and Salty does that. It's very authentic. If you click the link below, you'll be able to get it discounted right there. They have tons of other options on there too, different flavors, different ways of consuming electrolytes. I just like these ones specifically because they come in pill form. And so when I'm traveling and I'm out and about, I would never take this many, but I have a lot that I can pull from. So Go check out the website. I hope that you find something on there that you like, and let's get back to the show. But it's still a taboo topic because most people out there culturally, socially do drink. But when you start to absorb information like this and watch other people who've decided to stop drinking, watch their energy, watch how they move in the world, watch how they act, how they think, the things that they create, the friendships that they attract, the way that they look. And I don't mean everybody, not people who complain, not people who are Debbie Downers. I'm talking like the people who have their shit together. They lift, they work out, they make a point to be active in life. Watch them and you'll see that their energy is different, and it's because it's authentic to who they are. And you and I, we all have that, and we can tap into that pretty damn quick. But it's a matter of choosing to do and be different than the majority of everybody else out there, because honestly, dude, majority of everybody else out there is asleep. They are asleep, and they're asleep at the wheel, and that's how it's going to stay. So if you choose to be different and you want to know what your potential could actually be like, for real, who you are vibrationally, energetically on a real level, then I can recommend considering life without drinking and see what that might do for you. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know what you've experienced with the alternative to this. Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. But subscribe if you're into this kind of stuff. I talk about all things human optimization, exploration, life hacks. I love talking about this. Space, life without drinking, our food system, our health system, how we can completely reinvent our realities, which I have done. And I want to share that with you. So like and share, and I will see you guys on the next one.